You've been doing everything right. You cut the sugar. You started working out. You even stopped eating after 8 p.m., but that stubborn belly fat, it's still there. What if I told you the problem isn't what you're eating, or how hard you're training? What if the real enemy is a hormone that spikes every single morning, the moment you open your eyes? This is cortisol, and today, I'll show you how the Japanese figured out how to beat it. Here's what most people don't know. Your body has this thing called the cortisol awakening response. Scientists call it CAR. Basically, within 30 minutes of waking up, your cortisol levels shoot up by about 50%. Now, cortisol is evil. It's supposed to wake you up and get you moving. But here's the problem. When that spike gets too high, or stays elevated for too long, your body goes into survival mode. And survival mode means one thing: store fat, especially around your belly. A study published in the journal Obesity found a direct link between elevated morning cortisol and increased abdominal fat. Not thigh fat, not arm fat, belly fat specifically. Your body literally thinks it needs to protect your organs, so it wraps them in a layer of fat, like bubble wrap, and no amount of crunches will fix a hormonal problem. So, what do we do about it? Well, this is where it gets interesting. The Japanese have some of the lowest obesity rates in the world, and it's not because of some magic diet pill. It's their morning routine. Their approach is about calming the nervous system before the day even starts. 5 simple steps. Let me walk you through them. Step 1. Asa no mizu. That's Japanese for morning water. Here's what most people do first thing in the morning. They stumble into the kitchen and pour themselves a cup of coffee. Big mistake. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Your cells are basically running on empty. And when you hit that dehydrated body with caffeine, a stimulant, you're pouring gasoline on the cortisol fire. Dr. Andrew Huberman, neuroscientist at Stanford, has talked about this repeatedly. He says the first thing you should do in the morning is hydrate, not caffeinate. So here's what the Japanese do instead. A glass of warm water, not cold, warm. Add a tiny pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. That's it. The warm water gently wakes up your digestive system. The sea salt replenishes minerals like sodium and magnesium that your body burns through overnight. Magnesium in particular is huge because it's a natural cortisol regulator. The lemon adds vitamin C, which studies have shown can actually lower cortisol levels. A study from the University of Alabama found that just 500 milligrams of vitamin C reduce cortisol spikes significantly after stressful situations. 1 glass, 2 minutes. You've already started telling your body, we are safe. We don't need to store fat today. Step 2. Asa no Sampo. Morning sunlight. This one sounds almost as simple, but the science behind it is rock solid. Within the first 30 minutes of waking up, go outside and get 5 to 10 minutes of natural sunlight. Not through a window, not from your phone screen. Actual sunlight, hitting your eyes. Why? Because light is the primary signal that sets your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock. When that clock is off, everything is off. Sleep, hunger, hormones, metabolism, and yes, cortisol regulation. Dr. Sachin Panda from the Salk Institute has spent decades researching this. His work shows that people with disrupted circadian rhythms have significantly higher cortisol levels and more visceral belly fat. Morning sunlight triggers your brain to produce serotonin during the day, which then converts to melatonin at night, which gives you deeper sleep, which lowers cortisol the next morning. It's a chain reaction, and it starts with just stepping outside. The Japanese call their morning walk sampo, and the sunlight piece is built right into it. They've been doing this for centuries, long before any scientists put it under a microscope. Step 3. The art of the pause. This is about caffeine, and it might annoy you, but hear me out. Don't drink coffee for the first 90 minutes after waking up. I know, but there's a real reason. When you wake up, your brain is full of a chemical called adenosine. Adenosine is what makes you feel sleepy. Normally, your body clears it out naturally within about 90 minutes. Coffee works by blocking adenosine receptors. So, if you drink it too early, you're blocking receptors that are already full. The adenosine doesn't go away. It just waits. And when the caffeine wears off, around 2 or 3 p.m., all that built-up adenosine hits you at once. You crash. Your body reads that crash as stress. Cortisol goes up. You crave sugar. You reach for a snack. And the cycle continues. The Japanese concept of ma is about intentional pauses, space between actions. Applied here, it means giving your body those 90 minutes to wake up naturally. Then, when you do have your coffee, it actually works. You get clean energy without the crash. Dr. Huberman recommends this exact approach. He delays his caffeine 90 to 120 minutes every morning. And the guy is one of the sharpest minds in neuroscience. If it works for him, it's worth trying. Step 4. Sanpo. Walk. Don't run. This one goes against everything fitness culture tells us. We've been told that the harder you work out, the more fat you burn. And for general fitness, sure, intense exercise has its place, but not first thing in the morning, when you do a high-intensity workout right after waking up. During that cortisol peak, you're adding stress on top of stress. A study in the Journal of Endocrinological Investigation showed that intense exercise in the morning can elevate cortisol for hours afterward. You feel great for 30 minutes because of the endorphins, but your hormones are paying the price all day long. The Japanese alternative. Walk. Just walk. 20 to 30 minutes of easy, relaxed walking. And here's the fascinating part. Stanford researchers discovered something called optic flow. When you walk and your environment moves past you on both sides, it creates a visual pattern that directly calms your amygdala, the fear center of your brain. Your amygdala is like a smoke alarm. When it's overactive, it keeps cortisol elevated. Walking literally turns down the alarm. Not running. Not cycling on a stationary bike staring at a wall. Walking outside, where things move past you. The Japanese have known this intuitively forever. Sanpo isn't exercise to them. It's medicine. Step 5. Sayoku. Silence and stillness. This is maybe the most important one. And it's the one almost nobody does. For the first 30 minutes after you wake up, do not touch your phone. Don't check Instagram. Don't read the news. Don't scroll through emails. Here's why. The moment you look at your phone, your brain gets flooded with information, notifications, messages, headlines. Each one triggers a tiny spike of dopamine and a tiny spike of cortisol. Your nervous system goes from rest mode to reactive mode in seconds. Dr. Anna Lemke from Stanford, who wrote the book Dopamine Nation, explains that this early morning dopamine hit actually sets your baseline higher for the rest of the day, meaning you'll need more stimulation to feel normal, more stress, more cortisol, more belly fat storage. Sayoku means stillness, silence, tranquility. The first 30 minutes of your day should be yours. Drink your water, step outside, breathe, walk. Let your nervous system boot up gently instead of being jolted into chaos. Think of your brain like a computer. You wouldn't start opening 50 tabs before the operating system finished loading. But that's exactly what checking your phone at 6 a.m. does. So let's bring it all together. 5 steps. Water first, not coffee. Sunlight within 30 minutes. Delay caffeine by 90 minutes. Walk. Don't do intense exercise. And keep your phone away for the first half hour. None of these cost money. None of them require a gym membership or a meal plan. They just require you to rethink the first hour of your day. Because that stubborn belly fat isn't about willpower. It's about hormones. And hormones respond to habits. If this changed the way you think about your morning routine, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want more science-backed strategies like this. And drop a comment telling me which step you're going to try first. I'll see you in the next one.